Krishna dear devotees, my name is Madhavananda Das, and we wanted to speak a special little katha about Radhastami a few days ahead of time. This subject we're going to speak about today is how we should always remember Radha with Krishna. Gora Graganya Gana Gotra Goloruharam Goranga Gura Tama Gopyara Kopa Briksham Gopala Gadavati Damyati Singha Gora Govinda Deshika Varam Sutatam Namami Vanchakalpadarubhischa Kripa Sindhu Vyeva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Good afternoon, devotees from Sridham Mayapur. We wanted to speak a little something just very quickly for some devotees in Argentina about Srimati Radharani. I'd like to read you a little something from a lecture Srila Prabhupada gave in London on the 5th of September 1973. The aim of life, he said, is to satisfy Lord Vishnu. Krishna is the origin of Vishnu Tattva, and he's pleased through Radharani. Therefore, we don't keep Krishna alone. No, we keep Radha Krishna. First, you have to worship Radharani. So her appearance day, Radhastami, is today. This is our philosophy, to please Krishna through Radharani. And as today is the auspicious day of Radharani's appearance, we should offer Pushpanjali and pray, quote, Radharani, kindly be merciful, and tell about me to your Krishna. Krishna is yours. Krishna is not independent. Krishna is Radharani's property. So you have to approach Krishna through Radharani. Today is an auspicious day. Worship Radharani very nicely and be happy. Our Guru Maharaj, he once spoke in a lecture. He said that one who's come to this bhajan path, the path of bhajan, should always remember three things. The first is tattva, fundamental principles. The second is tatya, reality. And the third is lila tatparja, the significance of Krishna's pastimes. So, speaking about this bhajan, we'd like to raise a topic today. What is our bhajan? And why is it that we focus on the name of Krishna and not on the name of Radharani? Srila Jan Chandra Goswami is a disciple of Gopal Guru Goswami. He's written in his Gaur Govinda Smarna Archana Padati, Vina Radha Prasadina Krishna Praptina Jayate Tata Shri Radhika Krishna Smaraniyo Susamyuto. Without the mercy of Radha, one can't attain Krishna. Vina Radha Prasadina Krishna Praptina Jayate. Tata Shri Radhika Krishna Smaraniyo Susamyuto. Therefore, we must always remember them together. We should always worship Radha and Krishna together. Again, in the Narada Purana, Krishna tells Narad Muni, Satyam Satyam Puna Satyam Satyam Eva Puna Punaha Vina Radha Prasadina Mat Prasado Navidyate. The word Satyam means truth or a solemn vow. And here in this verse, Krishna uses this word 4 times, and he says Puna, 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 3 times, means again and again. Satyam Satyam Puna Satyam. Satyam eva puna punaha. Again I'm telling you this. Again and again and again I'm telling you this, Narad Muni. Vina Radha Prasadina, Mat Prasadana Vidyate. Without the mercy of Radha, you can't get my mercy. So, in anticipation of the appearance day of Srimati Radharani, I'd like to tell a little story that our Guru Maharaj once spoke. This is a pastime which takes place in Vrindavan every year on the Kartik Shukla Trayodasi. It's the day known as Radharani Charan Darshan. And it's said that there's a very nice story that our Guru Maharaj used to tell on this day. That on one occasion, Srimati Radharani, she made a nice flower garland for Krishna and she gave it to Brinda Devi. and told her to take it to Krishna. Vrindadevi in turn thought, oh, Subal, he's a Priyanama Saka, he's very dear to Krishna. So if Subal takes it and gives it to Krishna, then Krishna will be very pleased. This is the way devotees think. They don't want to give things directly to Krishna, but they give something to Krishna's dear devotee who has so much devotion. They give it to Gurudev, they give it to the Vaishnavas. And that Gurudev and Vaishnavas, they give it to Krishna on their behalf. And Krishna is more pleased by that. So when Subal came there, Krishna was sitting on the bank of the Jamuna. And Krishna looked very, very disturbed. And Subal asked him, well, what's wrong? And Krishna told him, my mind's very agitated. Unless you bring Radharani for me right now, I'm going to drown myself in the Jamuna and finish my life. I can't survive without Radharani. So Subal was thinking to himself, oh, somehow or other for my friend, I have to bring Radharani here. So then he went to Javat, where Radharani was staying in her mother-in-law's house, Jatila. At that time, Jatila was sitting on the front porch facing the window of Radharani's room. And when she saw Subal, knowing that Subal was Krishna's friend, she said, hey, why are you coming here? Because she knows he has some purpose. And Subal was very humble. He said, oh, mother, one of my calves is missing. I've searched all over, but I can't find him. So finally I came here. Can I look for my calf? Jatila was very annoyed, but she said, I just took my lunch. I can't move. Anyway, you go inside and see for yourself. And that's what Subal was expecting her to say. So very happily, he went in and he went straight to where Radharani was. And he told Radharani that Krishna, he's missing you so much. He's sitting there on the bank of the Jamuna. And he says, if you don't go there right away, he's going to drown himself. And Radharani said, how is it possible? My mother-in-law is sitting on the doorstep. How can I go? And then Subal, he gave some suggestion to Srimati Radharani. And he told her, you take my garments. And he gave her his dhoti and kurta and turban and everything. You put this on. Now you give me your sari, and I'll stay here. So they exchanged clothes. So then Radharani took her the clothes of Subal, but still she has a problem. Actually, she has two problems. That she's going to get caught out. So she picked up a baby calf, and she put the calf holding it over her breast like this. And when she was going out, Jatila was sitting there, and Radharani, dressed as Subal, said, oh, Ma, I got my calf. Oh, you got your calf? Okay, very good. Now go away. Get out. And so then Radharani went directly to see Krishna, and there was very happy union. But actually, when Radharani arrived there, she saw that Krishna didn't recognize her. And Krishna thought that it was Subal. And so Radharani thought, let me play a little trick on Krishna. And so then Radharani, she looked very sad. Subal, Radharani, said, oh, I tried, but I can't. Radharani can't come. But I can go and get Chandravali. Would you rather I bring Chandravali? So Radharani's testing Krishna. And Krishna thinks that it's Subal. And Krishna says, no, I don't want Chandravali. I only want Radharani. And then Srimati Radharani had a big smile on her face, and she put that calf down. And she said, very good, my Pranavallabha Krishna, I'm here. And so, in this way, that Radha and Krishna joined together. So Krishna gets more pleasure to meet with Srimati Radharani. In the Brahma Vaivarta Purana, there's a nice verse which describes Ra Shabdam Kurvate Trashto Dadami Bhaktam Uttamam Da Shabdam Kurvata Paschad Yami Shavana Lobhata. Krishna speaks this. He says that when someone calls out the syllable Ra, then immediately the Dami Bhaktam Uttamam, I give him the supreme devotion. And Da Shabdam, when they say the syllable Da, then Paschad Yami Shavana, I come running there to that place, very eager to hear the syllables Radha. On one occasion, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, he heard about some disciples who had become so advanced, they were One disciple was just chanting the name of Radha, and the devotees told him he'd stop chanting the name of Krishna. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta quoted this verse and said, oh, do you know what you'll get if you chant the name of Radha? Krishna will personally come running. It's very good. He said, but we have a better program. We chant the name of Krishna, and then Radharani comes running. In Prem Bhakti Chandrika, Shilnath and Das Thakur is described, Krishna Nama Gani, Bharadika Charana Pai, Radha Nama Gani Krishna Chandra. That by chanting Krishna's name, you'll attain Radha, and by chanting Radha's name, you'll attain Krishna. So the kirtan of our sampradaya, we've come here in the line of Srila Rupa Goswami, who's Rupa Manjari, who's worshipping Srimati Radharani, and the mood of Radharani is predominant in our line. And therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told the devotees in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Jadi ama prati snehataki sabakas tabi Krishna vyatirikta agaidaya. If you love me, don't chant my name. Chant Krishna's name. Because our bhajan is not for our pleasure. Even our bhajan is not for the pleasure of Krishna. Our bhajan is for the pleasure of Srimati Radharani. And if you go to Radharani and you start chanting Radhe, 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 if you go to Mahaprabhu and you start chanting Jai Gaur, Jai Gaur, Jai Gaur, or if you go to Nityananda Prabhu and you start chanting Jai Nitai, Jai Nitai, what are they going to say? Stop that noise. We have a better program. Our better program is we chant the name of Krishna and they become pleased. And therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, if you love me, then you love my instructions. Don't chant any other name but Krishna's name, because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the mood of Srimati Radharani. So it's a little something we want to remember on the day, just when Radhastami is coming up. Srimati Radharani ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Panchakalpa Darubhishcha, Kripa Sindhu